Hi everybody, Happy New Year. It's my first video for the year. I was sick this last week. Um, yeah, if you're interested in my channel, please subscribe. I appreciate it. Yeah, so first video of the year. I've got some feeds in my YouTube, some videos in my YouTube feed about this new customer harassment policy. As you can see, this is the Square Enix webpage where I found the customer harassment policy there. And yeah, I think I started here in this footer note because it's really not a mere detail. As you can see here, the policy is a translation of the original Japanese. You will see that some of the terms they were translated to the English language, but they make no sense, and it wouldn't be the way an English speaker would put the terms, if you understand me. Yeah, and it's also based upon Japanese law. So besides being on the original being a different language, it's an entirely different culture as well. So there are many things that I believe will pertain mostly to the Japanese culture. And yeah, we will read here. So yeah, Square Enix believes that feedback, comments, and requests received from our customers are essential to the advancement of good products. Yeah, let's hope they keep true to the promise here. They are still open to feedback. At the same time, there are instances where certain customers take actions directly or through our support centers or towards groups of or executives, employees, partners who are involved in the creation that constitutes customer harassment. And yeah, we will see these examples below, but yes, such actions do not only prevent our employees and partners from engaging in their work with a sense of security, but also causes disruptions to other customers. Yeah, if you are like let's say you call the customer support hotline, and somebody it's like spend 1 hour complaining, going around circles. Yeah, it's obviously they will not be able to serve the other customers while they are occupied with one who is making unreasonable demands. Of course, yeah, there is lots of room for discretion. They might be too authoritarian or too liberal. Yeah, we don't know, when the time will tell. Yeah, so Square Enix will not tolerate harassment and will take action as necessary. I think there is no harassment is a crime. Even in Western countries, there is no news in that. There is nothing weird in this. Yes, Square Enix. Yes, so here they include some examples. Harassment, act of violence, illegal, violent behavior, illegal. You can't be violent to somebody unless for self-defense, and even so, it must be proportional and depends on the jurisdiction, I believe. Abusive language, also, I don't think it will improve the service if you use an abusive language. Intimidation, illegal. Coercion, illegal. Yeah, the rest I think it's a bit too weird. Excessive pursuit, not something you say normally in English. I believe what they meant here is stalking. It's also illegal. It falls in harassment, and harassment is illegal. Reprimand. Yeah, so I think if you punish somebody, like, yeah, if you reprimand somebody in public, it falls on defamation. So it's also illegal. Defamation, slander, illegal. Denial of personality. I believe this probably they meant in the original to be like um, to make somebody lose their face, which in Asian cultures, in East Asian cultures, it's a really big thing. It's like an extreme rudeness. So yeah, it would be like near to some like a verbal violence in that regard. It's like it's like yeah, berating a person for like in the line of work doing their job, and you berate that person for their service, who's doing like the best to serve the customer, and you berate her. So this is like a yeah form of harassment, but it's considered something very offensive in the East Asian cultures. Like it wouldn't be as much as in Western culture. If you ask, yeah, if you tell somebody is incompetent in a Western culture, the guy, the customer, the employee will simply, yeah, just whatever, go to hell, something like that. Yeah, the employee won't care so much as it happens in East Asia. Personal attack, yeah, it's not something very proper. Might not be, yeah, being like unpolite is not necessarily illegal in the West, but it's yeah, it is something that it's how do I say, that will improve the. It's not an objective criticism. It's if you know what I mean. Yeah, advanced notice of wrongdoing. So this is not something somebody says in English, obviously. Looks a lot like a threat, sounds a lot like a threat. So yeah, threat is illegal also in many jurisdictions. Advance notice of obstruction of business, so it also looks like a threat. So yeah, if you yeah, it's also illegal to not necessarily legal, but the company can require reparations if you harm their ability to do its business. Persistent inquiries. Yeah, it's also something you can tell it's not very socially acceptable. If if a company gives you an answer you don't like as a customer, you have the right to question, but then it should it's more productive to go to a different channel, like a customer association, than to keep asking the same question for which you will already know the answer. Repeated visits, stalking, illegal. Trespassing by visiting or staying in an office or related facility without permission. Yeah, trespassing is illegal. Unlawful restraint, illegal. yeah, via telephone calls or online inquiries, I think it's a bit also a little weird in a Western context. This I think yeah, it's like yeah, suppose if you threaten somebody to, I don't know if threaten, if you have a sniper pointing at the customer support agent, if they stand up from the chair or hang up, I guess yeah, so it'll be yeah, but then yeah, it falls into threat category, which might be illegal. Um, Discriminatory speech and conduct regarding race, ethnicity, religion, family origin, occupation, etc. Illegal in the West as well. Sexual harassment, stalking, repeated stalking behavior, illegal, no news. So as you can see here, these harassment examples are like they are illegal actions. Most of them are illegal actions regarding if you do to a Square Enix employee, to an employee of a local grocery store, to a Microsoft employee. Yeah, so no, yeah, doesn't any it's illegal even outside of Square Enix. Undue demand, it's like where it's a bit too subjective, because yeah, I think this one only time will tell. But yeah, then of course you may, they might be, I think I don't know, get too, if they act like too arbitrarily, if they get too carried away. There are customer supports. No, sorry, I mean customer protection agencies. So you can always report the company if you think they are being like if you think really the quality of the product is not to your satisfaction. Yeah, so this here you can see it's also something specific to East Asian cultures, because usually in the Western culture is more objective. You just want the product to be to your satisfaction. You don't care if the employee is request apology from the employee too, because he made a terrible service. You usually just require some compensation from the company, so it's much less personal in the Western cultures. Excessive requests for the provision of products and services exceedingly socially accepted norms. So yeah, this is also something a bit subjective. Unreasonable and excessive requests and excessive demands for punishment of our employees. This is also something very specific to East Asian cultures. I don't. Nobody like if somebody, probably was a certain employee that made a poor service, but you will not ask the company to punish the employee. You usually only complain about the service and require the action which the company deems more appropriate for the correction of the mistake, which it's more yeah, so this would be mostly something more East Asian, more Japanese than Western. I would say you don't have some this subjectivity in Western services. I with the Western companies, but yeah, you might have these gaming studios lately are yeah, they are showing a certain hatred towards their own customers, gamers. So I think it's yeah, understandable that when a certain game studio publishes this type of policy, you may think it might be uh, yeah, too exaggerated, discretionary, like with the other studios we've seen before, BioWare, yeah, Obsidian, something like that. But yeah, only time will tell how this play out. Yeah. Anyway, I'm getting the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for PC, so yeah, let's see how Square Enix will handle, how will it be received in critic, and how will Square Enix handle the critics, and then we can have a better picture on how this policy, if they will use this, abuse this policy, or if they just meant what it seemed that they meant here. So I think it's too soon to know how it will play out. So yeah, I will keep an eye on it, and yeah, hope it helped you. Yeah, helped to shed some light in the subject, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye bye.